Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, Hard Enduro and Adventure Media at Eurotech. Well, we're just having a bit of a lazy day today. 5 days since last weekend, the Dawn to Dusk event. What a marathon that was, absolutely. 24-hour two-man team event. You probably can hear it in my voice, I'm still coughing up some of that Welsh dust. Still got a bit of a dry throat from that. So that's one of the photographs you can see on there from the event. Thanks to Cara Thomas Photography for taking a few photographs. But from mine and Mike's point of view, really good time, really enjoyed it. The idea was to go down there and just have the crack, just enjoy a weekend, two buddies riding together, bit of bike time. Mike's not ridden for some time now. Now, you may remember that Mike went to Madron in Portugal with me back in, well, the end of 2019. And that was a bit of a hell week for him, shall we say. By the end of the week, I pretty much worn him out. And since that time, he'd not ridden much at all. You can probably count on one hand the number of times that he'd ridden a bike. And so his fitness wasn't up. This last year, all he's done is work on his house, his new house that he'd moved into, and build a garage, do his Indian stone block paving type sort of work. And I saw Dawn to Dusk was an opportunity to get Mike back into the saddle and enjoy his riding again. Now, we'd built a rally bike over the course of last winter really, and since he'd built the bike, he's only ridden it once. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to get him back in the saddle at Dawn to Dusk. Little did I realise sort of how technical this year's course would be. Having looked at videos from previous years Dawn to Dusk on YouTube and things, I thought he would be all right at it on his bike. How wrong was I? Some of the riding was quite technical in places, and for him to get that big bike of his round, the 450 with a rally tower on, 15 litre tank, etc., was a little bit unwieldy for him. It's more of a, shall we say, a travel adventure bike now, is that 450. But all the same, he had a good time. He ended up using my bike throughout the event, and he really enjoyed using my bike where I asked him to fill the gaps. And I knew from the outset that it would probably be me who would be doing most of the work, which I didn't mind. It was just nice to have him there and fill those gaps for me. And he's one of my best mates. It's nice to do things for your friends at times, and I paid his entry as well, just to make things a little bit easier for him. Which which were a pleasure doing really. So it was nice for me and him to get together for a weekend and catch up and just enjoy the riding, which we like to do. And we've got some things planned for the future, all being well. So Dawn to Dusk, you're probably wondering how we got on, where did we come? Well, we were a two-man team. I was last off the line in the two-man team. I mean, I thought, I'm not going to win this race, or the race will not be won in the first hour. So I've got a kickstart bike. Let's just get to the bike, flick the kickstand up, put the stand back in the strap, get the bike kick-started, and let's get going. There's loads of dust in the start area. Once I got going, the first few laps, I started picking people off, and we started making some progress. The strategy, as you're probably well aware, was that we were going to sort of alternate up until about midnight, and then after midnight I would ride all night and then do the first lap of the main course in the morning, and that's what we did. And riding throughout the night wasn't much of a problem. Mike got some sleep, or tried to get some sleep where he could, and I just came in, just refueled every sort of couple of hours or so, and kept going back out and coming back in, and just batting some laps out, just trying to be consistent, not trying to crack too many ports in terms of my speed, because that's when mistakes could be made. If I can just stay smooth, consistent, just keep doing the laps, I knew we'd get some sort of achievable and respectable finish. And that's what we actually ended up with. We did 39 laps in total. Now, I did actually 30 laps of those 39 and Mike did 9. But that put us in 10th position in the two-man team. And out of I think it was 93 finishes in the 24-hour race, we actually came 35th. So I didn't think that was too bad at all. So based on this year's results, and also how I felt during the event, and we also know how the event is run as well, I think next year I'll be doing the 24-hour solo vets class, and Mike's going to be my pit bitch, shall we say. So overall we had a good weekend, enjoyed it, lots of lessons learned. If I would have changed anything, I would put a softer seat on my bike. So next year if I do the 24, I'm going to have a gel seat on my bike, because the last 2 hours of this year's were absolutely torturous. Talk about feeling sore backside, sore joints. From a bike point of view, the bike performed fantastically. No issues at all with the bike. We didn't even put a spanner to it. I mean, tell a lie, Mike had to adjust the triple clamps after he had one crash during the morning. But other than that, we didn't have to adjust the chain, do anything with the suspension, handlebars, handguards, anything. Didn't have to touch anything on the bike. It just ran like clockwork. We didn't even change the air filter. And when I got the bike home, pulled the air filter out, yeah, it was pretty caked up, but nothing had got through. So I oiled it up fairly well. I didn't even have to adjust the chain after I stripped it and cleaned it. So basically it was just like wash, clean, bit of a strip down, build back up, oil the chain, new air filter in, good to go. Don't have to change the brake pads or anything. They were all pretty mint, and that's just through being fairly easy on the bike. So yeah, good to go for another 24 hours, no problem at all. And my experience riding the bike last weekend sort of rekindled my love affair with that bike. Now that bike's been everywhere with me. It's been extreme events, been at Kielder, it's been to Portugal. I've done a lot of things on it. It's got a lot of history, and I really enjoy riding it. So on that basis, I'm going to hang on to it for a while. I'm not going to sell it. I've decided that it's going to be a keeper, and at some point or other it might be boxed up for a while for a rainy day. From a filming point of view, things went a little bit out of the window from Saturday afternoon onwards on the build up to the start of the race. Sadly, there's no GoPro footage of Mike riding. We didn't really get a chance to get Mike set up with a GoPro, and I think wearing a GoPro as well, it's a personal thing. You either want to do it or you don't want to do it, and you've got to be in that sort of mindset of wanting to film actually what you're doing. And I think Mike had enough on his plate without having to worry about that as well. So GoPro footage from Mike's point of view wasn't really an option. So I focused on the helmet cam. And another thing as well, it was nice to catch up with people I'd not seen for a while, people that I knew through social media but never actually met them. So nice to meet those, like Powell for one. Yeah, great weekend, great chatting people, and great to introduce Mike to people that I knew as well. It's nice to get him involved in that social circle. Guys and girls from Lincolnshire Enduro Club, great to see them. Sorry I've only done one event with you this year, but I do like what you do, and I will be back with you at some point. I would have been racing this weekend, but I'm just done in still a little bit, so I'm having a weekend off. But yeah, great weekend. I'm going to leave you with this footage. Starts with a bit of a chit chat with me and Mike, and it's all sort of raw footage from the event. So for me, in the meantime, enjoy the film. Stay tuned. Hard Enduro and Adventure Media, Eurotech. See you soon. What's your screen?
Back wheeling line still.
Yeah. That's it. Nice one. Straight down.
And we're ready to go.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're just in the bivouac now at dawn to dusk with my mate Mike Taylor, and we arrived here so late yesterday afternoon, didn't we? About 4 o'clock?
I think about 4 o'clock, yeah, after an epic 6-hour drive with plenty of traffic, as usual.
We had a bit of a lazy morning this morning, got up late. We're trying to sort of conserve his energy because me and Mike are now in the 24-hour race starting at 7 o'clock tonight. So a bit of a line this morning, some sausage sandwiches, and feeling good. Looking forward to the 24 hours, Mike?
I've probably got mixed emotions on it, if I'm honest, Robbo. Yeah, we'll give it a whirl, won't we? It'll be all right. I could have done with a little bit more sleep this morning before the lads over back decided to get up at 10 to 6 or whatever time it was, and then the party tent kicked off at 8 o'clock. So, yeah, feeling fresh.
Yeah, we're surrounded by a lot of happy campers at the moment. There's been lots going on. We're using the microphone because of the sort of noise what's going on around us to try and keep that out of it. There's generators running and all sorts of things happening. People papping horns, music going, stuff like that. But there's a youth race this morning. We've got signing on starting at 11 and then scrutineering as well, so between 11 and 4 o'clock this afternoon. Now, Mike, it's been a long time since you've ridden. You rode last weekend for the first time in how long?
Since last October, and that's the first time I've had my bike out at all. I haven't even looked at it. I've been so busy this year, I just haven't had time. So yeah, it was a good ride though. We had a good, was it about 100k or 100 mile or something? I can't remember.
110 miles last weekend. But what were your thoughts when I roped you into this fiasco?
Well, at the time I was falling out with a massive paving project I'm doing at home, and it felt like a cracking idea. And then shortly after, I was like, "What have I signed myself up for here?" Then, but I must admit, I was feeling a bit apprehensive about it. But after the ride last week and watching a few videos online, I think it's doable. I don't think we're going to... Well, I'm not here to crack any pots, so to speak. I just want to see if I can go the distance. I'd be more than happy if we make it to the end. So that's...
I think likewise. I'm not going to try and crack any pots this weekend. Now, up until Monday, things were pretty good. I saw Mike after work on Monday night. I went home, started fitting a new tyre on the bike, and I pulled my knee in the garage. I did something to my knee, so this week's been a bit up and down for me. I was up and down whether I would actually make it, but the pain's going in the right direction. I'm still on. I'm back on painkillers this morning because I've pulled another little bit of a muscle as well, which I'm not going to tell you about. And that was just walking around yesterday. God knows what's going on. So.
Telling me you pulled a muscle in van last night or something on your own. I'm glad I'm in the canvas pup tent. What have you been doing in there?
Oh God, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I've had a bit of a bad week this week. So just going to try and do what we can over the weekend. Get the ibuprofen down me and just keep the painkillers kicked in and get through this. But we've got a bit of a strategy, haven't we? And my thoughts are me doing most of the night shift.
Yeah, well, my original strategy was to sort of go out and have a bit of fun 7 while about 7:05 tonight, and then just let you do the rest of it. But that's gone down the pan now. You've hurt your knee, so it sounds like I'm actually going to have to do some work, doesn't it? But yeah, it should be all right. You're talking about doing... Well, we're talking about alternating from 7 till midnight, aren't we? And just having a bit of fun, and then you cracking on doing the late night shift, and then me taking over after a bit of rest and taking the morning shift, and then we'll just play it fast and loose from there. See what happens. I mean, whatever it'll be, won't it? So.
Yeah, I've spoken to a few people about Dawn to Dusk and people that have raced it over the years. Now they've done things, and I was speaking to Chris Salt about it. A big shout out for Chris Salt. Talked to him about the race, and he told me about how he did it with one of his friends a few years ago. And like Mike said, we're going to sort of alternate up until around midnight, and then I'm going to hopefully crack on and do most of the night right through till maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then Mike's going to be fresh in the morning, all being well. If he can get some sleep round here. And and then take over till about midday. That'll give me time to recover, and then from midday we can start alternating again up until the finish. So I think it should work. I mean, I'm used to working at nights anyway, and I'm driving at night all night.
Yeah. Well, so you've led me to believe. So hopefully this is a good move. If you're knocking on my tent door at 2 o'clock in the morning, going, I can't carry on, I won't be happy.
Well, that's enough for the moment. We've got signing on very short.
Yeah.
So I go back like 20 metres. I can pass them, but we ain't going to fucking finish, are they? There you go, yes.
You alright, mate?
How's it going?
Good, yeah, you?
Not so bad, not so bad. Yeah, there's no mission control on here. No mission control on here.
Didn't know, yeah.
Hey,
Got big
cheers.
balls and all sorts.
That's it, that's it.
That
Just makes a fun appointment so long, doesn't it?
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Tell you what, handy though for wind blast and that, travelling.
Oh, I bet. Still.
It's a lot to smash up though, isn't it? You know, something
It
like
is,
this.
yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, we're team. Yeah. It is, yeah. Robbo sound better in a Welsh accent. Does, doesn't it? Yeah. Say it again. All right. Okay guys, while we're waiting for the 24-hour race event briefing, we're just going to have a quick tour of our pits and show you what we've brought with us this weekend. So we've got the van, very important, camper van. Everything in there from our, cooking facilities, creature comforts. We've got a TV in there. All the things what will make this weekend a little bit more comfortable while we're here. You can imagine if it was rainy conditions, if it's like winter conditions, then you need somewhere we can get in out of the cold and stay warm between races. But we're blessed with the weather this weekend. It's quite warm and it's very sunny as well at times. It's forecast a very dry weekend, so hopefully we won't be spending too much time in the van. We'll be out and getting some fresh air. But we've got the camper van with us. We've got the awning. Mike's brought his van as well, which transported his bike down in that. Kayam Motordome classic awning. I got that, I think it was £100 on eBay not too long ago. An absolute bargain, but we can use that. Mike's using that as a sleeping area, got his tent in there, and we can also use it as an eating area as well, just to free up some space in the van. So we've got the generator, 2 kilowatt generator, just gives so we've got like home power, 240 volts, we can run microwaves, that sort of thing. But in the back we've got as tools, this is my toolbox, 2 bags of tools in there, every tool that I need to work on the bike. I've got spare throttle cables, spare air filters, spare nuts and bolts, I've got a spare chain, spark plugs, gaffer tape, brake levers, that sort of thing. A couple of spare wheels, front and rear now. Wheel wise, these wheels will go in either of my bike or Mike's bike if we need to use them. Petrol, from a petrol point of view, we're also trying to work out what we would need for dawn to dusk, how much fuel we're going to take, what you're going to use. Now my bike generally will use around 5 litres an hour, so splitting the 24-hour in half, 12 hours, 60 litres of fuel. But I've got a little bit extra. I've also already got a full tank of fuel as well, which I brought with me, so I've got 72 litres of fuel in total for the race, so hopefully that will be enough. And I've got a couple of 5 litre jerry cans for the generator. Porta potty, most important. There are toilets on site here. They might get to a point where we can't use them. They get that grub, if you know what I'm talking about. So that is the backup toilet as and when the public toilets become no longer viable. We've got hot water in here, so at the end of the 24-hour event we can get a shower at the back. I've got a curtain we can put up and we can have it as a private area and get showered off. So Mike's just trying some of his gear on now. Just what's it looking like, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just getting the old lighting cables and that set up because we need all this rammel for tonight, don't we?
We do.
Bit of drink so I can try and keep riding rather than stopping every 5 minutes.
Good
I might
stuff.
stop 5 minutes anyway.
It's definitely our biggest one yet, which is why you can see it's kind of organised chaos, trying to get you guys parked and pits and signed on and all that stuff. So thank you for bearing with us, because we've been struggling like we can't believe with this kind of numbers, and obviously the work.
Dragging back all this dust. Find his way through. Go on, Robbo, lad! Go on, Robbo! I like it. Okay. Cheers, bud. Cheers, thank you. Cheers, buddy. Right, there's no panic. I made up quite a few places there.
Yeah?
I've just done 2 laps.
Have you? What's it like, you know, heading back down to the start area? Is it
There's
changed?
3 areas really for you. There's a couple of climbs and they're very close together.
Right.
They're only short climbs, but they're fairly steep, but fucking just second gear and gun it up them.
Right.
Yeah? They're both near a turbine, so the first one you'll come through some trees and it's virtually there.
Quite early on, or?
Early onish, yeah.
Right.
And then the tracks where they drop onto a road, just be careful of them.
Yeah.
Hello everybody, we're about an hour and 15 minutes into the 24-hour race, dawn till dusk. It's about 8:15. And I've done 2 laps, come in to 2 starting laps. Mike's just gone out on his bike now to get familiarised with the course. It's a short course at the moment until about 6 o'clock in the morning when they open it up to the day course, which will sort of double the, well, I think we're about 7 miles at the moment. It's going to be about 18 miles from 6 o'clock onwards, so it's going to be a big lap tomorrow. It's very dusty at the moment, as you can see by my face. Conditions at the moment, like I say, dusty, but the course is good. I'm enjoying the course, enjoying riding around it. A couple of nice little climbs, some descents. Nothing too taxing for the night race, obviously for safety reasons, but it's going to be good.
A couple of the small offs.
You alright?
Don't know if I've damaged my front wheel, but I'm just going to check it now. But I did a full lap on it afterwards, so I can't have done much.
You've done 2
damage.
laps?
2 laps.
Good effort, right.
I tell you what, I went with the right bag. You know when you just get someone overtakes you and you can't see for dust on
Yeah.
the middle of a downhill, and I just dropped into one of those stupid drainage ditches.
Right.
Completely bottom suspension out, and then something's rattling away, but you don't transponder, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I can manage 24 hours of this shit, I'm ready for home, mate. I don't know about you, lads.
Cup of tea, mate.
Nice for
How you
keeping
finding
water
the
this
visual out there?
Hey,
Can't see.
can't see fucking no sense. Sorry, mate, I'm blind, you know.
Right.
It's literally like a fog of dust, isn't it?
Let's get going. Oh, Mike's back, that's the main thing. He's survived it. First 2 laps. Hang on. '84. You alright? Okay. Sort yourself out, mate, you're alright. You okay? Have you hurt yourself? Here, buddy. Right guys, it's just after 10 o'clock. Mike's gone out. Mike's going to do his 2-hour stint now up till midnight. He has found it quite hard so far. He found it tough manhandling that 450 around. I'm quite surprised really, but you know, having said that, he's not ridden on sort of, how can I put it? It is quite bumpy technical terrain out there on the short course tonight, so I'm hoping tomorrow's going to change for him and things will be a bit more flowing when they open the big course. But he's finding it quite tough. He's dropped it a couple of times, had a few little offs, nothing major, just slow speed stuff where he's dropped the bike and had to pick it up. I've just come in from having done 3 laps for an hour, and just one little spill, again a slow speed spill, but into like powder, very powdery out there in places. I'm learning every lap about this course. There's also how should I say, sorry, there's all sorts going on, but the track is continually changing, so what you've learnt from one lap then changes to the next, so you're adding all these little things together and trying to piece them all together, and so you can get a continual smooth lap with no major issues. But on the last lap coming in, I actually took onto one of the extreme sections, which cut quite a bit of time off actually, so I'm probably going to do that again when I go out again. So when I go out again, that's going to be my long stint right through until the morning, so I'm feeling good at the moment. I'm just watching a bit of TV while Mike's out. Got Indiana Jones on, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and some sports mixture as well. Trying to get my sugars up and my caffeine up as well, so I can stay alert. I've got loads of things sort of laid out in the back of the van here for when I do come in and refuel. I can pick up bits of food and just keep myself going throughout the night. But you know, as we've discussed, me and Mike, if things do start getting difficult for me, he can take over. And we've also discussed the fact that we might have to share the same bike. If Mike continues to struggle with his bike, then we could both end up using my bike for the duration of the 24 hours. So we'll see what happens. But stay. Right guys, hello. Just back in from my second shift on the bike. Robbo's just gone out now to tackle the marathon session. The guy's a lunatic, so it's going out now till about 5-6 o'clock, although that could be subject to change if he comes in. I'm ready to go out again if need be, but I'm going to try and get cleaned up, get my head down for a couple of hours, because my next outing's going to be on the full course, the 18 miler, with all the fresh-faced 12-hour lads that are starting at 7. Having a bit of a crap time of it on my first outing. Couldn't get into a rhythm, just getting boxed around everywhere, suspension just not working for me whatsoever. Big heavy tank, rally tower, probably not ideal for these conditions. But hey, you know, we're here, we're doing it. Didn't do an update after my last race because I was tinkering with the bike, trying to make it work a bit better, and the couple of adjustments I've made seemed to work better because I had a much better outing this time. First lap I went, it was brilliant. Second lap I keep having a little problem on the hill at the start, and it's right where everybody stands. But they all seem to love it when I'm upside down and there's steam coming off the bike, so at least I'm making someone happy. But third lap round I managed to sail up it, much to everyone's disappointment. But yeah, having a much better time of it now. Couple of little offs. I don't know if Robbo's mentioned on his updates, but they're nothing serious. Just stacked it on a hill. A couple of little low speed offs in the rutted sections. There's a few sections out there that are very similar to Helmsley, and it's hard enough riding them in the day. In the dark, you can just about make out the lines and where stuff's going, but it fools you sometimes in the darkness. But yeah, much better this time. We're going well. If I can make it to the end, I'll be more than happy. I'm sort of in my own race. I'm going at my own pace. Let's keep moving out of the way for Neil Hawker on that 1090 KTM though. He's ridiculously fast. I've seen a lot of him. He must have lapped me 3 times. But anyway, enough waffling. I'm going to get some food in me and everything else. Hopefully Robbo will be safe. He's gone out for the marathon shift. And yeah, we'll see you all again in due course. We've gone wrong, haven't we?
Yeah, I think I have. Right, Robbo?
Yeah, all right.
Get back there.
We went wrong. You're right, it's come for refuel, we're back out.
We're back at fucking hell, right, where'd you go?
I don't think that'll work.
Oh, alright, just gonna pour.
I didn't realise how much fuel I'd got.
I've got another half hour in bed if I'd known.
Right, I'm nearly a full tank there. Right.
Still feeling good?
Yeah.
Fucking keep plugging away, mate. Because you fucking wait and sleep when you come back. Trust me. It is noisy.
I know. It's getting pretty slick out there.
Is it?
Yeah.
What, polished or just get...
Yeah, polished. I've had one bad one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, fucking slam dunked. Slow speed, but fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm alright.
Too bad.
So, time we on.
We're up to 6.
Right.
Six.
The open course at half.
You'll be on full course now.
Is it 6 o'clock?
I think so, yeah.
Well, we're at past.
Might be half past.
Right guys, what's going on? It's 7:45. So we are now 12 hours 45 minutes into the 24-hour event, dawn to dusk. I did all the night shift. Still feel pretty good, to be fair. Now on my, it's not beeping then, on my last lap, they opened the full course, and I'm quite surprised really. There are some very technical sections in there. I feel like I've done some extreme stuff. I could be wrong, but I feel like I've done some extreme stuff. So on that basis, I told Mike to take my bike out. I didn't want him getting into any difficulties on his rally bike. He spent a lot of money on it, and it'd be wrong to get it trashed at this such an early stage on an event like this. But so he's out on my bike, so that's what we're going to be running for the rest of the day. Last night felt pretty good throughout the night. No real issues. Coming in sort of every 2 hours or just over, refueling, getting something to eat. On I think it was just after about 4:30. I had one little mistake, and that was a bit of a slam dunk on a bit of a fire road. Really greasy. It's so much better now the sun's up. You can see all those little stones. You can actually see where the mud is. The slick, sort of hard packed, damp mud. You know, what's like ice. Very hard to tell in the dark. You know where those sort of areas were, and that's one of those areas that caught me out last night. But I'm okay, no injuries, so we're good. So Mike's words were when I told him about the rest of the course. I hadn't signed up for this one. So I've told him to go out there, have a lap, see how he gets on. If things are too difficult for him, then it's going to be down to me.
Just pull that door too. Yeah. I'll just slide through here. Start. Whoa! Alright, you're alright. What a good save.
Again, what can I say? Still battling on. Robbo finished his night shift, came back and told me that he'd done a lap of the full course. Said it was horrific. Wouldn't let me take my bike out because it's been such a handful out there on the night course, which has been fairly open. So that put fear of God into me straight away. If he says it's hard, then it's hard. But I've gone out. I've been out for about 4 hours now. Riding Robbo's bike, which is an absolute dream to ride after riding that barge of a motorcycle that I've got. Suspension works great on Robbo's bike, and it's light. So I've just been battling on. I haven't been fast. There's a lot of fast lads out there. I have not been fast. I've probably only done I think I've done 3 laps, about 45 miles or something like that. I had a bit of a crash on my last lap, which I was going to do a 4th, but I cut it short because it really did knock the stuffing out of me. And I had to repair the bike on the trail as well, so don't tell Robbo. But yeah, I've just got back. It's about 11:30 now. I think Robbo's gone out. He's looking fighting fit, to be fair, for a bloke who's not really slept and has been riding all night. So he's going to go out and give it his all and do a few laps. So I'm going to get something to eat, try and sort my wrist out, which is hurting now, and possibly get back out for a couple more this afternoon. We might alternate, do one on, one off. So we'll see how we go, but we're going well so far.
Horrible track. Just take it easy now. Feel his way around. Dirty, horrible track. Just wet sections. Extreme. God, it's rough down here. Let's stall it. Paddle it through these rocks. Ooh. Fucking hell. Alright guys, it's 2:05. We've got just under 5 hours left of the 24-hour event. Got a few hours dozing this morning while Mike was out doing a few laps. Obviously he's a little bit slower unfortunately, but up until that point we were like 48th position, which I'm quite pleased with. I think we've dropped down the field quite a bit now, down to about 80th I think, thereabouts, but you know, big deal. It's no great shakes. We're not here for that really, but it would be nice to get a respectable finish. But yeah, I'm just come in for a quick refuel in terms of just getting some food down me. I think it's going to be a rhubarb slice and some custard. Can't wait. Microwave's plugged in and we're ready to go. So yeah, all's going good. Mike's just doing one lap, then I'm going to take over it again and just keep batting some laps out until I need to refuel, and then I might be just taking it all the way to the end now. But I'm really enjoying it, staying focused. I've got the, you know, the track is dialed in as what I can be, shall I say. Doing all the extreme sections, it's great. It really is great. There are some guys, you know, struggling in places. The last lap I've just done, there were a few interesting scenarios where a couple of people came off. One guy's come off and hurt his knee quite badly. Might have broken his leg. I'm not sure, but you know, we got marshals informed and medics en route to him. And a girl was riding us. She came off in front of me. So I spent about 5 minutes or so helping her out, recovering her bike from being wrapped around a tree. But all systems go at the moment.
Alright, we're back. Just banged another lap in. I want to say another quick lap, but it wasn't quick at all. Woefully slow, but another lap nonetheless. It's a completely different race now. Now that the 6 hour lads are out there, they've only been riding a couple of hours, nowhere near as tired as any of us lot. Even 12 hour lads have slowed down, but these 6 hour lads are absolutely flying. Dusk immense, and they seem to be all in their own little races. So you'll be riding along 1 minute, it's nice and clear. The next minute there'll be a squadron of about 12 of them round you, and then they're gone. You can't see anything for chuffing dust. But good crack nonetheless. Robbo's gone back out again. He's trying to make some places up because I feel like I've dropped quite a few and let him down a bit really. But what can you do? We're here for fun more than hope. But I know on the QT he'd quite like a good finish. But I probably wasn't the best teammate choice for that. But yeah, having fun. Feeling alright. Very, very tired now. It's killing me out there. It really is hard work now. So just having a quick cup of tea and seeing how things go.
now. Woohoo! That's dropping. Pal.
Oh man.
A quick status update now.
Oh Jesus, what?
How are you feeling bringing it home on 24 hour?
I'm aching all over.
I fucking bet you are, mate.
Like, you have to keep going.
Yeah. Well, I've been sat in the pits thinking, they ain't got enough fuel to be out this long. I was fearing worse.
I had enough for one more lap.
Okay, hell, mate, you cut that fine.
Yeah, we touch and go, but I'm here. Finished.
You done it, mate.
Done it.
Okay, well done, pal.
Cheers, mate.